What's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color. I've got a collection update for you guys today, and I'm going to keep it brief. These have been getting too long. These monthly collection updates have been getting too long. I'm going to keep it brief today. I'm only going to be talking about the stuff that I haven't mentioned on the channel at all. So you saw that me and Grace went to Orbit DVD this month. We got a big haul there. We already talked about that stuff. I'm not going to mention it here. We also got some Criterion and Radiant stuff that came in that I'm going to be talking about because of the Barnes & Noble sales. I'll be talking about that in other videos. Also had a Vinegar Syndrome haul. Different video. This is just the stuff that hasn't been mentioned. These are the little stragglers that came in that don't really fit anywhere else. One big collection update to cover all this stuff at once. And we're just going to dive right in and see what we got. Hopefully you enjoy going through these. I love these collection updates. I watch other YouTubers that do this. So I like to do these at least once a month for those of you who like just to see what's coming in the collection, just to see what's been coming in the P.O. box and that I've been ordering online. This was something I ordered personally. This is a long time coming for me. This is Song of the South on Blu-ray, and I have to give a big shout out to 80s Made because he made a video about this. I had no idea this even came out. This is an actual Blu-ray release of Song of the South, but it's in Italian. I had to get this from Amazon Italy. It is a limited edition, limited to 500 copies. It says on the back. I have no idea what this label is or what that logo is right there. Never heard of it. I've never ordered from Amazon Italy before, but it was pretty seamless. They have it linked up so you can just use your regular Amazon account. It came to me overseas in like a week or two. It didn't take too long. It actually got here while we were out of town on vacation. So it was here when I got back. So special edition Blu-ray release. I think it's a 2-disc. I've already opened it. Popped it in to see what it looks like because I think they're pulling this from like an old, I don't know what in the world they're pulling this from. Are they pulling this from a VHS? I don't think they got their hands on the original print. I don't think Disney would have approved that. So there's 2 discs in here. Disc 1 and Disc 2. It's not a Blu-ray DVD thing. They're both Blu-rays. Apparently there's 2 different transfers, 2 different restorations. I got to do more research on this. I was just excited to see it got a Blu-ray release. Of course, I can't read anything about it because it's in Italian. So I'm going to have to either do some research online or hold my phone up and do Google Translate and see exactly everything that's included. But I did pop in one of the discs. The transfer looked okay. It was a little like blown out. It looked like there was some AI digital tools used to like add pixels because it did look a little funky, but the movie's there. It doesn't look too bad. I haven't checked out the other disc yet, and I haven't watched through the whole thing. So this is not a review or a recommendation or anything, just showing you what I grabbed. There's the original Italian poster right there on the front, which is kind of cool. It is a limited edition, so it comes with a slipcover. It also comes with the original poster, which is pretty cool. I don't think this is a boutique label or anything, but it does come with the original poster in English, which is kind of nice. And then it also has a booklet that has a bunch of essays in here, at least one long essay. I did hold my Google Translate up to it to see what it was, and I started reading it, and it seems like it's pretty well written for being translated by a phone. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of writing about the film and about the making of the film, and then obviously the impact of the film and how it's kind of been forgotten and hidden away at this point. But if you're a big film history fan, if you're interested in that film that's really hard to get your hands on these days, there you go. A classic Disney film, Song of the South, available on Blu-ray. I don't know how long this will be in print. Like I said, it says 500 copies right there. I actually thought I missed it. I thought it was out of print. It was out of stock on Amazon Italy for a little bit, and I was kind of kicking myself, but then it came back in print. So I was able to snag that one. Then very excited about this one. This just came in the mail today. This is a package I ordered a long time ago, all the way from Australia. JB Hi-Fi was having a sale, which is basically like Australian Best Buy is what they tell me. I've been talking to some Aussies in Instagram, and they told me about the sale. They made me aware of the sale, which I'm very thankful for because it's basically like a Criterion 50% off sale. It's buy one, get one free. So you're basically getting anything for 50% off. And I got some Imprint stuff because Imprint is included in their sale because it's an Australian company. They sell Imprint, and I got some big old Imprint box sets, which I'm very thankful for. The prices are insane because they're already cheap. They're cheaper when you buy them from an Australian company because there's not the markup over here. And then buy one, get one free. So I bought one of these for a lot cheaper than it would cost me to buy it here. And then I got a whole other box set for free. So these are 2 box sets I've wanted for a long time. The Tales of Adventure collection is a whole collection that I want to get at some point. I got 5 and 6 back there. Now I have 2. Tales of Collection 2. I'm still missing 1. and 3 and 4. 4 is a behemoth of a box. It's huge, and I don't know if I'll ever get my hands on that one. Very expensive, but this one is super cheap. I think it was only like 80 bucks. If you buy it over here, it's well over 100 bucks. If you go through one of like the American retailers, they mark it up because shipping from Australia is so expensive. But here we go, Tales of Adventure Collection 2. 1 and 2 are the ones I was most interested in. This is all like jungle films. They're all like themed. Each box set has a different theme. This is all jungle films. We've got Angel on the Amazon from 1948, which is right there. And then we've also got Daughter of the Jungle. And they always do like a reversible artwork in there. So if you want to switch it over to the second film, there it is. I love me some good classic adventure films. Some of the box sets aren't as interesting to me as others. Like there's some military ones and different kinds of adventure films, but classic like jungle adventure films. I don't think any of these are like fantasy films. I think they all play it pretty straight, but here's Fair Wind to Java. And that one's from 1953, so we're moving into the 50s. We've also got Elephant Walk from 1954 and Safari from 1956. So there's both of those. How cool is that? Such a fun set. I like this kind of box set that's like themed. It's like a little curated film festival that you can hold, which I like to do in the house. I like to have friends over and watch themed movies. I'm trying to take the J card off without completely destroying it. This is an older set, so it's had to be sitting in the warehouse for a long time. There we go. Got it off. Beautiful artwork on the back. Love these box sets that Imprint does. They look really nice. I'll show you all the way around. There's the films listed on that side. And there's the artwork on the other side. Really cool set. And then this one, I'm actually really excited about. I didn't even know this existed until this sale. I'm gonna go ahead and open this one up too, because this is something that I'm very interested in. And I don't know how to say the gentleman's name, unfortunately. I've only heard him talked about online, on Reddit, and on Letterboxd. Roland Joffé? Is it Roland Joffé? There's a little accent on the E. Maybe it's that. I'm very interested in this director. He's come up on several lists that I have been interested in. I look at a lot of lists on Letterboxd. That's pretty much where I get all my film recommendations from, is like similar films. Oh, there it is right there on the back too. That's the one I'm interested in, The Mission. I've heard The Mission is such a good movie, and I can't wait to check it out. I basically bought this just for that one movie, but I've also heard that he just makes really, really classy movies all the way around. So this is Roland Joffé. When you look at our world, the truth is that we're all under the influence of politics. In a sense, we are prisoners of our own history. I'm assuming that's a quote from The Mission because it has it right there. There's a beautiful, I don't know if that's artwork or a shot from the film. I think that's artwork. That's definitely artwork on the front there. There's the 4 films included: The Killing Fields, The Mission, Fat Man and Little Boy, and City of Joy. This is a director box set. Imprint does a lot of these. The only other one I have is the Martin Scorsese Films of Faith box set right there. Another beautiful set, and I'm hoping this is just as great. There's The Killing Fields from 1984, and we've got The Mission from 1986. We've already mentioned. I'm really interested in seeing this film. There it is. Let me know if you've seen these or if you're familiar with the director. I'm excited to finally get into this. Fat Man and Little Boy from 1989. So these are all 80s and I think one 90s film. This is 1992, the year of my birth. City of Joy. All of these have a bunch of special features on the back. These Imprint releases are great. Oh, this is a 2-disc too. Look at this. This is Prisoners of Our Own History, the first 4 films. This is a documentary, a whole documentary film included in there. That's awesome. That was a last-minute addition. I was actually planning on getting 2 of these. I was going to get 2 and 3, but then I found out about this, and I completely changed my mind and picked up this. So I got this box set. Let you know when I get a chance to watch some of those films. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to go ahead and slide the little J card back in there. I love that Imprint makes those size appropriate to fit inside the box set, so I don't have to feel bad about throwing it away. There it is, the 2 box sets I got in the JB Hi-Fi sale from Imprint. Apparently it happens twice a year. That's what my sources tell me. That's what my subscribers tell me, that it happens twice a year. So I'll definitely be jumping on that. That seems like an affordable way to pick up Imprint titles over here in the States, because they're usually pretty expensive. Couldn't believe I got both of those for like 80 bucks or something like that. It was crazy. Really, really good deal. Thanks again for the folks that told me about that sale. Then we're gonna go ahead and jump right into an eBay purchase that I made. I love hunting on eBay. I mention it every month. I at least try to grab like 1 or 2 of my holy grails, not necessarily holy grails, but like grail pieces that I've been eyeing for a while. I like to keep my eye on eBay and see when stuff drops, because a lot of these out of print box sets usually stay way too high, way out of my budget. But then every once in a while, someone will post it for a good deal and I'll jump on it real quick. This was one of those times. This is a Eureka box set, an out of print Eureka box set. Came out, I don't know what he's got this in. Have you seen this? Like a personal flotation device he's got this in. I've never seen this before. I bought a lot of stuff from eBay. But there you go. It slides right out. Look at this. Oh, it's in great shape. Andrzej Żuławski, another name I'm probably butchering, but I'm so excited to watch this. This is just like The Mission. This has shown up on many lists that sound very interesting to me. This is a director who most people probably know from Possession. Good friend of mine who's been on the channel many times loves Possession, one of his favorite films, and I haven't seen it yet, but I'm interested, and I'm also even more interested in these films in this set, especially on the Silver Globe. If you've seen it on the Silver Globe, let me know in the comments section, because it's included in this set. I've watched many videos about this set, including Elliot. Elliot's got a great video on this set that I saw a while ago. On the Silver Globe, The Third Part of the Night, and The Devil. 3 films included in this. I got this for a great price. I couldn't believe the price he was putting this on. It's like new. It's in incredible shape. Love these Eureka box sets. I'm not super familiar with this director, but I'm very interested just based on what I've heard. I feel like there's some similarities with him and like Tarkovsky. Uses genre films, sci-fi films, maybe some horror films to explore more complex ideas. Very interesting stuff, and I'm very interested to check this out. There's On the Silver Globe right there. I think this is actually streaming somewhere, or maybe on YouTube. I watched the beginning of it and I was like, this is what I do. I watch enough until I'm like, okay, I'm sold, and then I go and buy it. So I watched a little bit of it. It looked beautiful from what I saw. It seemed like it was, I think it's his like sci-fi epic that he's really well known for. That's On the Silver Globe. And then you've got 2 films in here. You've got The Third Part of the Night and The Devil. Assuming that's a 2-disc. Yeah, there's 1 and 2 in there. So 3 films and a booklet and a beautiful, nice hardbox case. Incredible set. Thank you so much, whoever was selling that. I think it was like 40 bucks. I don't know why he posted it so cheap. I guess he had to get rid of it quick, but it was crazy. I was so happy to see that come through. Can't wait to watch that. That and The Mission are the ones I'm most excited to watch. Then we've also got a box here from a good friend of mine. I actually I did another trade with Jeffrey. So last month I did a big trade and got The Third Man, 4K from Studio Canal right there. That's filling out my blue section over there. We did another little trade. I sent him a Criterion release that I had, one of the older like big Blu-ray DVD combo packs. It's a box set and has a booklet, like the full novel in it as well. And he sent me 2 smaller releases here. So this is really cool. Both of these I'm very excited about. The first one here is called I, the Jury. It's a film noir, but it's also a 3D film from 1953. I've had a lot of interest in 3D films all of a sudden because Grace and I just realized that our projector and our player both have 3D capabilities. So we watched Kiss Me Kate last month, which is a musical that was shot in the 1950s that was in 3D. And now we got a film noir that's in 3D, which I can't wait to watch because Grace loves film noirs, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see one in 3D. This is in 3D and 4K. So you've got a 4K disc and a Blu-ray and Blu-ray 3D disc. Classic Flicks, I talked about them recently on the channel. A smaller boutique label, but they're doing awesome stuff that nobody else is touching. I've actually been talking to Classic Flicks recently, and I think we're gonna work something out. I'm gonna start promoting some of their releases here on the channel because I think they do great work, and I want to do everything I can to spread the word about their releases. Go check out Classic Flicks if you haven't yet. This is a film noir based on a novel by Mickey Spillane's. It says right there, Mickey Spillane's I, the Jury at the top. Now his first motion picture blasts you out of your seat in 3D. So that's very cool. A lot of interesting stuff going on this one. Check it out on the website if you haven't seen it. But the fact that they're doing noirs in 4K is already really cool, but then they're doing 3Ds on top of it. Thank you so much, Jeffrey, for sending me that. I'm looking forward to watching that one. If I don't get to it before November, we'll definitely be watching it in November for Noirvember this year. And then this other one, Éric Rohmer, the Marquise of O. I've seen like 10 or 11 Éric Rohmer films at this point. One of my top 5 favorite directors, but I've never seen a period piece. This is a period piece that he did, the Marquise of O. There's the back right there. Look at this. Look at this artwork. It looks like classic paintings. It looks incredible. I was interested in picking this up, but I already own the film. I have it actually back here in one of my Éric Rohmer box sets that Arrow Video put out. A big giant box set with 10 of his films. It does include this, but that was the only way you could get it. I don't think there was any other Blu-ray in the United States, a Region A Blu-ray. So this is big. If you don't have this film, pick it up. I wanted to get it, even though I already had it, just to support Éric Rohmer getting Blu-ray releases, because his films are kind of hard to get. A lot of them are tied up in box sets from Criterion and Arrow. I love seeing his stuff get put on disc. Very happy to see that. Hopefully it continues in the future, because there's a couple of his films that I still don't have. I've got like over 25 of his films at this point, but there's some that still have never been released on Blu-ray in the United States, or in Blu-ray at all, I don't think. So looking forward to that happening someday. There it is. There's the disc art inside. Beautiful artwork. Man, the artist did so much stuff for this. There's some artwork there. And then it is a limited edition, so it includes a booklet, which I can't wait to read. And it's in English, so I don't have to Google translate it. This is from Film Movement. Film Movement Classics. So there's two different partner labels from Vinegar Syndrome, Film Movement and Film Movement Classics. This is Film Movement Classics number 17B. I have no idea what that means. I don't know why it's 17B. Let me know in the comments if you know what that is. But thanks so much, Jeffrey. Happy to trade with you again sometime if we have stuff that the other ones are interested in. I really like trading. I don't know. I really like doing movie trades lately. It's been a lot of fun. Real quick, I want to mention this, a brand new Deaf Crocodile that just came out, just in case I don't get another chance to talk about it on the channel. I'd like to do a full video after I get a chance to watch it, but this is going to be a crazy month because we've got all kinds of Criterion videos coming out. So I want to go ahead and mention this. It's The Tragedy of Man, and I'm so excited to watch this one. I'm always excited to watch Deaf Crocodile movies, but this one especially sounds wonderful. So this is an animated film from 2011? Yeah, 2011, directed by Marcel Jankovic, who is a Hungarian animator with just a brilliant animation style, wholly unique, incredible stuff. If you haven't seen Son of the White Mare, check it out. There's a release from Eureka. There's also a release from Arbalos Films. I've seen Son of the White Mare. That's kind of like his most famous work. I've also seen Johnny Corncob, which is another beautiful animated film. That's also on the Arbalos release. So if you get that, you get two films. So check that one out if you know what I'm talking about. Arbalos is a very small boutique label as well. But this is another animated film by the same director. Sprawling, kaleidoscopic masterwork, a seemingly endless animated scroll of Gorgon-like demons, cave paintings that spring to life, barbarian warriors, bejeweled pharaohs, knights and martyrs, and prophets bleeding together. All of human history passing like pages in a flip book, adapted from the dramatic poem, often compared to Faust and Milton's Paradise Lost. Like, this is epic storytelling, poetic storytelling with some beautiful, unique animation. I can't wait to check this out. He has a very unique visual style. I think he was borrowing, at least in his early works like Johnny Corncob, he was borrowing from the 70s animation style. It looks very like Yellow Submarine. I have no idea what this is going to look like, but I'm excited to see because the artwork on this set is incredible. There's a little bit of a sneak peek right there on the back. You can see very colorful, very impressionistic, painterly style. This is a Blu-ray release. There's the artwork on the inside. I love supporting animation. I love the Deaf Crocodiles continuing to put out animated films that I've never heard of. Look at that. Oh man, there's that demon picture again on the inside. You can see a little bit more of the texture as it's blown up for this booklet. There's lots of images in here. Look at this. We've got some Egyptian deities as well. This is like a big, sprawling epic of a film. Goes through lots of eras. Not a kid's film, obviously. He does not make kids animated film. Oh, look at this. Oh, I wonder if it uses like different animated styles for the different eras. That would be awesome. I could look at this all day. I can't wait to watch this. I'll let you know more about it when I get a chance to see it. I've got to play catch up on Deaf Crocodile titles. I've watched a few, but there's a few more I need to get through. I'm gonna do like a catch up video soon going through all their stuff. But thanks again, Deaf Crocodile, for sending that over. I didn't even know this one was coming out. This was a huge surprise on my doorstep the other day. Thank you so much. Can't wait to look into that one a little bit more. The next thing I got this month was a gift from subscriber and huge supporter of the channel, SLC2466. He sent me a beautiful box set from Lionsgate. Lionsgate was having a sale halfway through the month. It came up on one of the live streams, and we took a look at it together, and I found out that the Conversation was on sale for a very good price. I actually thought this was already out of print. I thought this one out of print a long time ago. Apparently not. It's still in print. This is, I don't think it's part of their Lionsgate Limited line. I think this came out right before they launched that. But it is a beautiful release, nicer than any of the Lionsgate Limiteds they've done so far. It is a steelbook, but it comes in this huge box set, opens up right off the top like that. This is The Conversation. This is a film that I've wanted to watch forever. I've known about this for a long time, just never got a chance to watch it. Obviously, with the passing of Gene Hackman recently, it's been a little more towards the top of my list, so hopefully we can watch this soon. The top comes off. Inside, right off the top, is the steelbook itself, which, of course, because it's Lionsgate, has a slipcover over the top of it. A really cool slipcover with a window right there that slides off. You can kind of see through to the artwork underneath. There's the back of it, and the steelbook underneath has a full image that stretches all the way across. There is a digital copy, which is very cool. I wish more boutique labels did that. And then on the other side, there's the reels. There is the discs with really cool artwork on the inside, even more artwork over there. But that's not all. It's not just a slipcover in there. You've also got a full-on booklet, huge booklet in here from Lionsgate. I know Lionsgate and Studio Canal work off of the same transfers a lot of the time. Lionsgate's kind of the American equivalent to Studio Canal that we have over here. This is a really nice booklet for a non-boutique label, like a studio label. They're basically a boutique at this point with all the cool stuff Lionsgate's been doing. Then we've also got your standard posters, like they always do in boutique box sets. We'll see which one this is. This is the original poster, Gene Hackman, right there on the front. And then they've got the new artwork also in poster form. Interesting that they did two different posters instead of like the Arrow Video double-sided poster. And then there's one more thing in here. This is the most unique bit. A lot of people thought this was cool, and a bunch of other people thought it was kind of lame, but it is the Conversation soundtrack, the score, the original motion picture soundtrack on cassette tape. And it's an orange cassette tape, matches the design of the box set. Very cool. I just have no way to play this. This is kind of just a collector's item for me because I have no way to play it. It would be pretty cool though to pop that in and listen to it. But that is the Conversation box set from Lionsgate. Old news at this point. I'm way behind on this one, but I'm so glad to finally have it. Still in print, at least halfway through the month it was still in print. I don't know if it is at this point. Thank you so much, Sean, for sending that to me. I really, really appreciate it. And then the last one over here, we got one more package. This was a P.O. Box package sent to my P.O. Box, which you've probably seen throughout the video several times. It's 5200. All the information is in the description. If you do have anything that you want to send over to show on screen, I'll be happy to do that. This was a package from a subscriber, a first-time package. He says, "Hi, DJ. There are 3 titles in this bag. TPT is a must-have. Check the cast to see why. These are extras. If you have them already, give them away. Take care, Bill." And this is Baloney. So that's his name on YouTube, Baloney. And we talk all the time in the comments and in the live streams. First time he's ever sent me a package. So thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. I'm going to open these up. And we've got 3 Blu-rays in here, 2 from Kino Lorber and 1 from Disney Movie Club. Okay, so I will say, the first one here, Disney Movie Club, The Parent, this one's sealed. Disney Movie Club, The Parent Trap, I do own this. We actually bought this just last year when they were doing the Disney Movie Club closing sale. We got it for $10, which was crazy. All those were marked down to $10. We grabbed a bunch. So we do have this. So sorry about that, but like you said, maybe I'll find a way to give this away at some point in the future. It's a great film. I have seen it. It's one that I hadn't seen until very recently. Grace showed it to me. It was a movie that she grew up with. I always grew up with the remake. Watched that a bunch as a kid, which is good. It's actually pretty good. Holds up pretty well. But this one's also great. It's really good. Stars Maureen O'Hara, one of my favorite actresses. If you haven't seen the original Parent Trap, check it out. It's probably a little expensive now on eBay because Disney Movie Club is closed down. I can imagine scalpers are trying to get a lot of money out of that. Maybe not. Maybe you'll be able to find it for a decent price. But the other 2 here are Kino Lorber titles, which I don't have. So this is perfect. Edward G. Robinson and Burt Lancaster in All My Sons. All My Sons is a wartime tragedy of a family torn apart and forced to come to terms with their inner demons. Chris Keller, played by Lancaster, returns home from war with news of his impending engagement to Ann Deaver, the fiancée of his missing in action, presumed dead brother. Lots of drama and intrigue in this one. A wartime tragedy romance film from Kino Lorber. Hadn't heard of that one. That's from 1948. So thanks so much for that one, Bill. And then we've also got Has Anyone Seen My Gal, which looks, wow, this looks like something that I definitely have to show Grace. She's gonna love this. It's directed by Douglas Sirk. We've seen a couple Douglas Sirk films. He has a few films in the Criterion Collection, but I know he made a bunch more films that are not even on my radar, so I hadn't heard of this one. This sounds really cool. It stars Rock Hudson, of course. He always worked with Rock Hudson. Not always, but pretty much all the time. You're going to see Rock Hudson in a Douglas Sirk film. It's a little bit later, 1952, and it looks like a musical. Is it a musical? It has to be. Look at that cover. It has to be a musical. I'm trying to skim through the back here a little bit. I'll look at these a little bit more later, but I'm trying to wrap up this video. The year is 1928 when elderly millionaire Samuel Fulton reflects on his life and the love that got away. He decides to bequeath his fortune to his late beloved's existing family if they are worthy. Disguising himself as a poor lodger, he takes up residence with the middle class. Oh, interesting, to see how they react to receive a small portion of the funds. This reminds me of It Happened on Fifth Avenue, which is a Christmas film where there's like a millionaire who has another home across the country. So he leaves his home, and when he leaves, like a bunch of vagrants come and like stay in his house. And then he comes back and pretends to be one and tries to, and like earns their trust and makes friends with them. This is kind of similar to that, except it's his family and he's kind of testing them. That sounds really cool. I don't know if it actually is a musical. Maybe it is. I'm going to read a little bit further later. That cover tells me it has to be a musical. We've also got All My Sons. We've got an extra copy of The Parent Trap, which is great, and the entire stack over here. What a good month. Like I said, we also added some Criterion and some Radiance and some big imports that we found at Orbit DVD. If you haven't seen those videos, I'll link them in the description. Check those out. But a big month here at Films by Color. That's all we talked about in this video. Let me know in the comments which ones you are most interested in, and I'll try to watch those soon and get some content about them up in the future. I want to do more recommendation videos. I've been enjoying doing that with the Criterion stuff, and I want to start doing that. I want to buy less and start talking about movies a little bit more so I can give you guys a little bit more information instead of just like, here's something I bought. I don't know, that doesn't seem like it's very helpful. So let me know which one of these you'd like me to talk about in the future, and I'll talk to you in the comments down there as always. Thank you so much for watching. Hit subscribe if you like physical media. I'd really appreciate it. I got lots of videos coming out this month. It's Criterion 50% off sale at Barnes & Noble, and we're going to be doing a lot of in-store hunting videos. So if you like that kind of content, maybe stick around. I'll talk to you in those future videos. But until then, keep collecting.